and it's only $3.50. So I'll buy that all day. My family calls it my superpower. It's my ability to see value in things that I can buy and flip for a profit. I'm the Crazy Wife Lady, and welcome to my channel. All right, well, you can see the grate behind us. We are back at the Westminster Goodwill. It took me a moment. I had to remember where we are. Some days I just forget where I am, and I don't know. But we are about to head in and see what we can find that we can buy and flip for a profit. Andrew's going to stay in the car.
I'm going to take a nap.
He's going to nap. He's just going to hang out here.
I got a van full of crap.
He's got a van full of stuff, and he's just going to babysit this really cool music box made from wax, because if it gets too hot, it's going to melt.
No, I'm going to pull out the 1970s tabloids and then, like, sit here and laugh uncontrollably.
That's what he's going to do. All right, well, he's doing that. Let's head in. Here we go. Well, today I actually decided to browse through the blankets first, and I found this really neat Afghan. I was hoping it was a 3D Afghan, but it was just a regular floral Afghan, which there's nothing wrong with that. It was $7. Had it been a 3D Afghan, it may have sold for a little bit more than just being a regular floral Afghan, but it was really nice, and it was soft. I noticed another Afghan down here that had flowers on it, but this one was kind of coarse. The yarn was a little bit coarser, and it just didn't feel right. I didn't like the feel of it, so I left that one behind. But this one right here was interesting. This one was very soft, and I liked the contrast of the colors. It was $8, so it was actually more than the floral Afghan that I had picked up, but I liked the color combination, the stripes on this one, so I stuck this one in my cart as well. So now everyone can calm down. There's some padding in my cart. We're going to survive it. We'll make it through. Look at all that padding. Padding like you've never seen it on a Crazy Lamp Lady video. Now I went to one of my favorite shelves, which has all these plates and odds and ends. This was really neat, but unfortunately there was a giant crack right there. I was really hoping that was not going to reflect on the rest of our day, but then I found this, and this was a tragedy. This was so tragic because, as you can see, the florals there on the lid were just destroyed. It was $5. I was just trying to rationalize this in my head. Like, I can still buy this. I can still do it. And inevitably, I did rationalize it, and I thought, you know what? If we were to take the lid off of this, it still makes for a really nice bowl. I really don't need the lid. Look at that. It's a nice, beautiful optic bowl. Forget the lid. And so I rationalized it, and I justified it, and I put it in my cart and paid $5 for it. These plates right here had rabbits on them. I turned these over to take a look. I know the Pier 1 rabbit plates do very, very well around Easter. So I was checking the back of these to see if they were the Pier 1 rabbit plates, and I don't believe that is a Pier 1 brand. We had some little glass cubes here. This, I turned around to see if it was a bookend. I spotted this on the back of the shelf, and I knew right away this was Sirocco wood out of Syracuse, New York, where my family is from. And I thought, you know what? I really like this ship. It's pretty cool. Again, $5, but I stuck it in my cart. This was a bag of Wade Whimsies, and so I was kind of looking to see how many Wade Whimsies were in there, and it was only $5. I say only $5 because I like to pay less than $1 for my Wade Whimsies, like way less than $1. So I cost averaged that, and it seemed like a pretty good deal to me. I can usually sell them for about $3 a piece. This was a painted egg, and it looked like it could have been a Russian painted egg, but it just really wasn't as colorful as I would have liked. Got a metal box back here. There were no markings on it. It was a nice little decorative piece. I didn't say super high resale value in that. There I am reaching through to the back shelves to check out that box. This was curious. I was like, what is this? Oh, it's a round frame. Of course it is. Now over here we have lots of vases, and these two were curious. So I had to check out the bottom of those. Then in the back, I noticed this, which I happened to have picked up the last time I was here, so it was kind of funny. I guess I'm just drawn to that piece. Now I found the praying hands, so I guess that means I get a point, even though I'm playing by myself. I also found this fox. And it was just this curled up little fox. We've got a decanter stopper. It was 99 cents. I decided to stick it in my cart and see if I can't come across the decanter that goes with it. So both of these found their way into my cart. I love foxes, in case you didn't know that already. I feel like I say that every time I find a fox. I love foxes. I love owls. This looks like it could be Italian. Of course, on the bottom it says $9.99, made in China. I think it was like an oil bottle that was missing its topper thing. Here on the end cap, there was a really nice compote made by Home Goods, but also this pitcher with the leaves on it. Unfortunately, you can see the rim there is very chipped up. And down here, I could see the tile through the bowl, and I was like, what kind of tile is that? It was the kind that I left on the shelf. Now, all the knickknacks seem to collect on these shelves over here. We've got this adorable little guinea pig. Of all the things to catch my eye, that was it. The guinea pig. There were a few salt and pepper shaker sets here. That one, unfortunately, was damaged. This one was curious. They had some weight to them. These looked like recycled glass, so I checked these over a little more carefully, like, hey, maybe these are fire and light. I don't believe they are. I think they're just little blocks of recycled glass with figurines glued on top. They were really glued on there with like globs of glue, so I was just not too sure what these were, how they worked, or what was going on there. They obviously had a story. Little figurine here. And in the back, we've got some perfume bottles. So I turned it over just to see what it said on the bottom because the birds on the top were interesting. Obviously, not interesting enough. This guy, good characters. I don't know, there was something about him. He was pretty cool. Except one of them was missing his eyeball. It had popped out. So I left him there. I liked the looks of this bowl, but there were no markings on the bottom. I liked the flower hanging off the side of it. And this was a fairy made of resin, and unfortunately she had lost her wing. I liked the shape of this. It was kind of mid-century modern. That's my serious picking face right there. Like I'm on a mission. I think that was here the last time I was here. I'm checking through all of the candle things to see if I can find a glassy baby. It's yet to happen. I have not found one yet, but I will. I will someday. I didn't think I would ever find fire and light, and that happened. Now we are in the silverware and cooking stuff aisle. That's what we'll call it. Also, there's some glass. A rolling pin. The last time I was at this Goodwill, I found some Port Marion pottery. So I decided to turn this over and see what the bottom said. It said Studio Nova. It was very similar to the Port Marion blossom pottery. I think it's botanical. This right here had lovebirds on it, and I probably didn't need it. These tend to sell better near the holidays when people are entertaining a lot, but I loved the fact that it had these lovebirds on it, and so I grabbed this for $5. I didn't see any damage on it, no chips or cracks. There was some discoloration, but I mean, that's to be as expected with age. We've got some celery dishes here for, well, vegetable dishes. They could also be spoon rests. I'm not really sure. I checked the edge there to see if that was damaged, and it looked like it was just excess paint or something. So I ended up grabbing both of these vegetable dishes. They were very vintage. They were like mid-century, I would say. They were pretty cool. Now, I noticed some restaurant ware, and I decided to pull this out because I could see that there was a crest on it. Now, some of the railroad restaurant ware sells very well. So, I'm curious what this crest is, and I pulled it out to get a better look. It says Harry Stevens Inc. I have no idea what this is, but it is restaurant ware. It's made by Scamels. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that, but it is restaurant ware. So it was $4. So I decided to grab it and figure it out later. This piece had florals on it again, so checking that over to see if it's the Port Marion. This was really interesting, and I went back and forth on this piece. It's made in Czechoslovakia. You know, I have a fondness for pieces made in Czechoslovakia. What was interesting is it's got the crow on it. It's got the frog and the crown, so it's obviously children's tales. But I think it's so weird that the kid's like grabbing onto this dog's ear, and the dog's like, "Why are you doing this to me?" And there's a mushroom. So it's got everything that I would possibly want or need in a children's plate for only $2.50. Even though it is damaged, I thought the graphics really made it. I mean, look, the mushroom even has a face. I probably didn't need that, but I wanted it. This looks like Wilton ware, and on the back it did say Wilton ware. These were like a flashback to my childhood, honestly. I'm pretty sure I had these bowls when I was a kid, so it's like, oh, look, it's nostalgia sitting on the shelves at Goodwill. They were pretty cool. I considered grabbing them just for nostalgia's sake, but I don't know what the value is on those. This was false graph. It happened again. I'm just attracted to false graph. I don't hate false graph, though. I feel like I have to say that every time. I don't hate false graph. Now, I noticed these salt and pepper shakers on the shelves, and they were just kind of weird looking. They looked like pickles, but the glazing on them was just, what kind of pickle glaze is that? I mean, I wouldn't eat a pickle if it looked like that, but they were definitely pickles, and they had some weight to them. So there was like this weird quality to these pickles, and I thought, those are interesting salt and pepper shakers. I like interesting salt and pepper shakers. Let's do it. Now I'm looking at the glasses. These glasses in particular, they were 99 cents for the pair. You can see that they have dishwasher wear on them. They're not in the greatest of shape. My reason for buying this is that I already have the pitcher at our shop. I have the pitcher. I don't have any glasses to go with it. So when I spotted those, I recognized the design. These are George Briard. I'm showing you that right there, George Briard. What I didn't realize when I stuck them in my cart is that one right there had a chip on it, so I ended up leaving that one behind in the end at the checkout. But I did grab the green one. These little Swinky Swigs here. I'm pretty sure they're Swinky Swigs. They might also be children's glasses. And then I found the Owl Basket purse. I thought that this was great because I just recently bought one in an antique mall, and I think I paid like $50 for it. But this one is at the Goodwill, and it's only $3.50. So I'll buy that all day because that is amazing. We've also got a salt glaze cup here. This is made in Germany. I love the salt glazing on it. And it was $2.50. It says right there on the bottom, made in Germany. There doesn't appear to be any damage either. Our cart is filling up fast. Good thing we've got all that padding on the bottom. Otherwise, we'd be in trouble. I'm getting down low to check out these lower shelves because I tend to neglect them. I liked the flamingo on that, but it was a souvenir piece. I've sold those in the past and haven't found they have the best resale value. Now I've rounded the corner and I really loved these vases. They were really fun design, but unfortunately you can see there they had chips on them. This vase was also really cool. Check the bottom. There was no markings on the bottom, so that one had to stay behind. I recognized this sugar right away. You can see it says hand painted Germany, and I love the design on it. Um, and I was like, hey, you know what? I think I know where there is a matching creamer to this, and it's right over there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So I stuck that in my cart and I went back over here and I grabbed the creamer that went with it. So now we've got the creamer and we've got the sugar. And I love the design on it. I thought the colors were fun. That blue contrasted with the red. It's great. And there were no chips or cracks. Here in the back, I've noticed this as I was walking by. It's a really nice teapot. And you can see on the bottom it is Talavera, Mexico. Mexican pottery. Gets me every time. I checked the spout to see if there was any damage, and there was no damage there on the spout. It's been taped down pretty good, so I don't see the lid coming off to check under the lid for any chips, but I trust you, Goodwill. I know you got this. This mug was fun. And of course it's Opal House. That's like one of my favorite Target brands of all time is Opal House because it's so boho and so neat. But it's ridiculously contemporary. It's just a really fun mug. I don't really need any new mugs because I buy one in almost every video. I'm like, hey, let's buy a new mug. This looked like it could be a McCoy barrel mug. It was $2.50. I didn't see any markings on the bottom. That didn't have that shield mark that I believe is McCoy. So I was like, never mind. I don't really need it. We've got some teacups here on the end. It's kind of sad they didn't have their saucers with them. I loved the rainbow on the San Francisco mug. It was just said collector mug though, and I don't trust anything that says it's a collector's piece. That's just my rule of thumb. If it says it's for collectors, I usually don't trust it. And then we had a giant pickle dish for $5. I left the pickle dish behind because I had already bought the celery dish. The lines of this were great. I loved the lines, but ultimately the discoloration on this piece was just a little bit too much for me. There's that Corningware. It's worth $3,000. This right here was nice, but in the back, I noticed this, and I'm almost positive this is from Finland. I think it's L'Italia. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But it's a really nice candlestick. I'm actually pretty sure I've bought and sold those in the past. You can see I'm looking through the Christmas now. Found this on the end cap, and this just seemed to have a quality about it. I'm not sure if it's Temptations or if it's Polish pottery or if it's something else entirely. It was not signed anywhere. It didn't have any markings on it, and it had a weight about it, like it had a heavy weight, and I liked it. And then I found this, and this looked good, and I flipped it over, and sure enough, there you go, made in Murano, Italy. That was a nice find for $3.50, and there were no chips or cracks on it. It wasn't as colorful as some of the angels that I come across, but it was a nice piece. And then I found the Marshmallow Man. Now, some of these marshmallows, this obviously is a craft piece, but some of the marshmallow ornaments that are made, I believe, by Hallmark or distributed by Hallmark that are Halloween themed, those ones can be worth pretty good money. So I usually look at the marshmallow ornaments when I come across them. And then I found Evil Santa. I mean, he doesn't look evil, really, but look at the faces on those children. They do not want to be with him at all. They're like, please save me from this evil Santa. I mean, he looks fine, but if you look a little closer, you can see that this is actually Krampus. I'm convinced. Looks can be deceiving, folks. So I decided that I would buy this Santa Claus just because it's weird. And I like weird stuff. That Santa's not right. Now I've found this teapot here, and at this point in the shopping trip, I just decided that I was going to pretend like I worked at the Goodwill. So I started putting stuff together on the shelf for them so that that was nicely there on the end cap, and somebody could buy all the pieces together. I believe these are Franciscan. I can't remember the name of them, but they don't have a high resale value. I forgot this aisle. I jumped right to Christmas and I realized, you know what, I forgot to go through the plates. And then I found the saucers for the teacups. Well, you look at that. Here they are. So I went back and I actually put them together on the shelf as well. These were interesting plates. They were not marked on the bottom, and the utensil scratches were a bit too much for me. We've got more restaurant ware, but that one didn't have any markings on it. It was just your plain green stripe line restaurant ware. Now, before I left, there was another reseller there who gave me this vase, and I was like, of course I will accept this offering. Just kidding. It was really neat, and I said, sure, absolutely, I'll take it. So I added that to my cart. All right, well, our total spend here today was $108. I feel like we got some really great stuff today. I'm pleased with everything. We're gonna head out now. Going down the ramp. It's like literally zigzaggy, but we're gonna get out of here. And I will see all of you tomorrow. Later. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. In case you spotted something you just can't live without, we do post 25 to 30 new items in our eBay shop every single day, and I've posted a link to that down in the description.